in my older years, I'll definitely be inspired by having a dog and having to walk a dog every morning. I think that'll be that'll be a great thing.
I'm dying to get a dog, actually, to be
Yeah,
honest with you.
me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
cool.
Dying to get a dog. My some of my housemates have got dogs and they're just adorable.
Wow.
And I saw my friend the other day who's got a new dog as well, and he's just adorable. So
Yeah.
it feels like when in a couple you're in a couple and all your friends have just like had kids.
That's right.
That's what it feels like for me, but it's a dog.
Yeah, I mean, I had quite a few friends in Ukraine with dogs, and it was like a community,
Yeah, yeah.
and I really miss the dogs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
do, I tell you. There used to be this cafe, like, I mean, in the UK, in Ukraine, sorry, the cafes didn't really close much, during this last 12
yeah,
months.
yeah,
Terrible, actually. But anyway, the good side was that you weren't going crazy being stuck indoors.
yeah,
And
yeah,
there was one just around the corner, and it was a really nice place, and it was run by friends, and it was also populated by friends. So it was really like a hub, a community hub.
yeah, yeah,
And loads of them had, well, a few of them had dogs, and I'm like, God,
yeah.
I really
Just
got to
really
get one.
want one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And I keep seeing them on Instagram, and thinking,
yeah,
wow,
yeah. I follow a few dog pages
yeah.
on Instagram. Just
This is
it's just nice to have like when you're scrolling through your feed every now and again, just
a
see a
little
really
cheery
cute dog
dog.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Cheer you up. This is turning
yeah.
into a dog blog.
I know.
We're supposed to be talking about music. We're talking about
I
dogs.
know. I know.
But yeah, I've been looking at rentals, up in Carlisle, like rooms, just rooms for now until I get like more established and start monetizing
Hmm.
the QTube and stuff.
Hmm.
And this one came up where it's just just living with the owner, and the owner's got this 1-year-old dog, and I'm like, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, brilliant,
Oh.
yeah. It's like a cockapoo or something.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah,
cockapoo. Yeah,
which is
maybe.
supposed to be pretty cute, I think.
Yeah, my friend's just got a snorky, I think it is, which is half. Um, I'm not sure. Half Yorkshire Terrier, half Schnauzer, I think it
Okay,
is, or something.
okay.
I don't really know dog breeds, but
No, I'm not very good with them actually. I just know the classics, the collies
yeah,
and the
yeah,
bulldogs.
yeah, the classics.
The classics, that's right. Well, I fancy a classic actually.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
must be my age. I really fancy. I really like collies. I mean, I had a girlfriend back in the day who had a collie, and we really bonded.
yeah. Oh,
And yeah, I see them up working dogs, up in the Lake District, and they're
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
So intelligent and so energetic. I mean, the energy has two sides, I suppose. It's good on the one hand if you want to go for long walks and runs and stuff, but on the other hand, you know,
yeah, yeah,
you've got to do it every day.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so if you're feeling a bit rough, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Mm-mm. My friend has a flat coat retriever, I think it is. Um,
Mhm.
that's probably wrong, but um, there's no other way to describe it other than it's just such a handsome dog, like just generally, like just elegant,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
just
Yeah.
beautiful dog. But yeah,
What color is that?
like brown hair,
Yeah.
really, really like silky hair.
Like a classic retriever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
I don't like
Anyway,
those.
should we
No,
talk some
no, no. Let's
music?
talk. No, no. This is great. I'm loving this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, all right then, Archie. All right.
I mean, I don't have any major updates. I mean, I'm working on the Amazon film at the moment, the first
Mm.
film for Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing some stuff there, and then I'm for that score I'm going like heavily modular
Mm-hmm.
for compositionally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then also I have uh and like my first big feature coming up.
Mm.
Like I've just started working it. I don't think I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say anything yet, so I won't like give the name of anything or anything, but it's like my first uh big thing.
You
that
can
I'm
tell
doing.
me. I won't. I won't include it. I'll chop it out. But
I think the film is called, but I don't know if I'm allowed to
sure.
like say anything yet or whatever.
I'll bleep it out. I'll put some dog barks in there. Some dog barks. Yeah.
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 Brilliant.
Spot the breed. Name the breed from the bark. Could be a new competition actually for charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know, I was thinking about like doing it'd be cool to do like a giveaway or something at some point. Like I could play one of my favorite pieces on piano, and like whoever guesses the right like name of the piece. And, like,
Yeah.
So this is for the feature film. I'm working 2 weeks non-exclusively. So like working on other projects at the same time, and then 4 weeks exclusively with the company on the just on that feature.
Awesome.
So it's going to be pretty hectic.
So
It's
is that like a contractual thing? Yeah, that you have to give them exclusively that time. Yeah,
I think so. I mean, we've just worked out rates and everything, and all that sort of stuff. So I think
nice one, Archie. That sounds really good. So
yeah, my
are you really stoked about it? You're really
I am.
excited?
I'm really.
Yeah.
I've read the script too, and it's really, really good.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, definitely.
No spoilers.
It's a. Again, you have to bleep. But it's a. It's.
Okay.
So yeah.
Nice. Sounds good.
Really, really cool. Really cool.
Was that again just through you putting it about, like networking, or how
putting it about? Yeah.
Putting it about.
My friend Dylan actually was the one who got contacted for that piece by the producer, and she said, "I would like to have you as DOP on this piece." And he said, well, "Yeah, I'd love to do that, of course, but I'd like to get all my friends who I work with, usually on that as well." So then he contacted me about it, and cool. Yeah, I mean they're putting a lot of trust in us as a team, I think, but I think we'll definitely impress them. I mean, we have we're definitely doing our best work on this.
It sounded good, man. What I heard, I love it. You know, and I really, not that my opinion really counts for anything, but
of course it does.
Oh, thanks, Archie.
Of course it does.
Yeah, and visually, of course, it looks really
it's
well
great,
done. Bloody hell, you know, it's
no, that was basically a zero budget film.
It's top notch, you know, what I've seen, the visuals and the way that the thing works together, you know, with the music, really, really cool. It's
sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. The Solace and Stellai, the upcoming pieces for that, and they're both dance pieces. So they're originally based on. So Dylan had created this short piece to Luna by Tony Anderson, of this dance piece, and then he went with that. So Luna being moon, obviously, Solace sun, Stellai is stars, and so then he asked me to compose the rest of the sort of series. So that's the dance piece that I'm working on at the moment.
Cool.
Solace.
Cool. And what sort of style is that going to be dance wise? You like ballet or what?
I think it's sort of a Chinese kind of style dance. They've sent me the sort of test pictures they're filming on the coast. So it looks absolutely beautiful. So that's really fun to compose. But I think that's shooting not until July now. I think it's been pushed back a bit because we've had Big Boy project.
The thing I like about live streams mostly is that if you do them on YouTube, you've got the live chat and it kind of encourages engagement.
You can see what.
Nice.
I've not really done that before or had any like live feedback on stuff. So that'd be really interesting
It would be cool, yeah.
to do.
Right.
I'm using the money that I get from the
Money?
bigger project.
Money? They're paying you? Jesus.
They're paying.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna get myself a new, brand spanking new iMac to like,
oh wow, awesome.
upgrade my system for that, and then gonna add some RAM to that. Get all decked out for.
Cool. And that would be nice to talk about, by the way. We could do one about the kit.
I'm gonna have my own studio in the garden, so it'd
Watch
be
out, Christian Henson.
yeah,
Guy
yeah.
Mitchellmore.
Archie
shed is coming to
shed,
YouTube.
The retreat. but yeah, so I think it would be cool to do like a like mini series like with Archie's diary, to like how the studio's going and stuff.
Wow, that's pretty exciting.
Like setting it up.
That is really interesting. So when are you likely to move, and when is the shed project going to kick in?
My dad and I are building the shed on the 20th of May, so it's arriving on May 17th, and then I'm going back to build it with him.
Right.
So I can go and film that.
Yeah,
I can do some shed building. I could do a little what's it called? The
like a time lapse.
Time lapse, yeah. Of building the shed. It's only like an 8 foot by 8 foot kind of Dutch barn thing, but yeah, it'll be good fun.
I love it, man. I love it.
So but it's more room than I've ever had before, just for music stuff. So let me see if I can get a photo of the
get a photo up. Preview of Archie's shed.
Preview of the shed. Yeah, here it is.
We have to think of a name for the shed, like you said, the retreat.
I know. I think
nice, yeah.
I think my dad wants to name it the retreat. I think
like
because he had a friend who passed away called Harvey. He told me this story. Who he used to live like in a shed in his parents' place, like at his parents' place that he called the retreat. So I think my dad wants to call it the retreat 2.0.
Yeah, I'm kind of rebuilding, you know. I'll need a shed. God,
yeah.
I love it.
I think
YouTube shed.
The QTube shed, that would be awesome.
Hang on a sec. You're gonna think I'm insane. You'll probably never speak to me again. Hang on a sec.
I don't think there's anything you could do.
Are you sure, man? That is a dangerous thing to say. One sec. Yeah, something like this. God, imagine this. Imagine how cool this would be as your QTube shed.
Oh wow, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be amazing?
Moving, yeah, that would be so cool.
Wouldn't it be insane, you know? Off grid, you know, all that off grid stuff. So it's quite interesting. I mean, even if you just do it for a year, just to kind of experience it, I think it would be fascinating.
I mean, I think that's something that I'm definitely wanting to do
with my dog.
With my dog. Yeah. A few of my friends like want to go traveling for a year after uni and stuff.
We can be travelers, man. We can be like we can be a commune.
I think that's definitely something you can do as like with a flexible sort of because you're not confined to like
you're not tied to a location.
I'm gonna send you. I've made a Pinterest board for my studio, like just adding stuff. So
yeah, brilliant. Wow, awesome. Yeah, God, I love all that geekery. I mean, I used to work in the studios. You know, I don't know if we've discussed it. I've probably bored you with it already. I used to work.
I think you have.
No, I used to work for Trident Audio, who made like the huge analog mixing desks.
Oh wow, amazing.
Yeah, that was my first job really, and I started off as a tester, and I ended up being a designer actually of the products. And
wow.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was really amazing. I was like in my 20s. It was my first real job, and I was traveling around the world, going to studios in like Los Angeles, Tokyo, you know, Australia,
and all over
the shop. Yeah,
that's awesome.
And I actually I was a little bit into making music as well. I've always been a little bit into making music. I've never done it properly. And I actually, over the time, because I had a lot of access to like, you know, people getting rid of kit and like resellers and all that kind of stuff. I had a flat in Staines, and it was a 2-bed flat. And in the second room, I had I built up a little analog studio with, believe it or not, a 24-inch tape machine.
Oh man,
Yeah,
I want to get a small tape machine for my shed.
oh, they're so cool. They're so cool, and I kind of miss it. And when I see pictures like these ones that you've just sent me, I literally like I'm drooling. You know,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah,
so cool.
yeah. I know.
And the modular synths as well.
I know.
So fascinating.
I mean, you should invest in a shed.
Yeah, or upgrade my caravan to something a bit bigger.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, exactly. I've not really been. I'm not a tape guy, but I want to be a tape guy. So I think I'll have to invest in some small gear to get, or use. I've been badgering my parents about like, oh, do we have any tape recorders or whatever that I can use? Old gear.
It's a bit like photography, you know. That it's like film versus digital. You know, it does give you some creative impetus, and it's kind of got its own. It's got its own vibe, you know. Not only
like character,
yeah, definitely. And you have to work with it. You know, it kind of constrains or not constrains, but changes in a way the way you have to work, and that can be good for creativity.
Completely.
You know?
Heinbach is a good. He uses loads of tape stuff. That's how he got into composing, I think.
Christian Hansen.
Yeah. I didn't watch all of that.
A lot of test gear, a lot of actual test gear that wasn't designed for music. Yeah.
Cool.
Fascinating.
Cool
is that going to be your shed? Yeah, it's going to be a Heinbach shed.
A Heinbach shed. I mean, I literally only got into his music maybe like a few months ago, anyway, and then they came out with the Heinbach thing, which I haven't bought yet.
Yeah, but it is very cool. You mentioned about echoes and stuff. Have you seen these tape echo loop things? Have you seen these? Yeah,
I don't think so. Hang on.
Well, these were designed for guitar, and back in the day. So they started making them in the 60s. It's a British company called Watkins, who were pretty big back in the day, actually.
Oh yeah.
They made amps and stuff as well, you know, like cabinets, and they were almost a competitor for Marshall in the beginning.
Oh really?
And they made this thing called a copicat, and it's a tape loop basically with a number of tape heads, and you can use it as an echo/delay.
Yeah.
And it started off as a valve unit, and then it obviously moved to solid state. And I've got a shed load of them, literally a shed load.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
And they're quite collectible. They're quite quirky. They're quite weird, you know. And it's a bit like analog, you know, what we've been saying really about analog kit. So I've got like literally 8 of them. I've got one valve one original valve one, and I've got like 7 of the solid state ones, and they're in a state. They've been at my brother's for like the last year because I haven't been able to get over, and I'm dying to get my hands on them and start playing with them. I haven't even played with them. What I'm going to do with the valve one, actually, or at least my initial intention, is to just use it myself. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, man.
You know? And I think having that
sure
valve,
it sounds pretty gorgeous.
Yeah, it must be amazing with a guitar, you know, with a nice guitar, with that valve.
Wow, that's so cool.
It'd be amazing.
Well cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Not that it just looks cool, but it does look cool.
I think it would be really creatively inspiring. I mean, again, there's some stuff on Instagram where people use them with like, even with modular, they use them within a modular system.
Yeah.
You know, it's really cool.
Awesome.
And I love the way it's so simple in a way and powerful.
Yeah. So Dylan filmed that, and Colette wrote that and directed it.
There does seem to be a bit of a correlation, doesn't there, between simplicity can really make things more powerful.
Yeah.
And
Hello.
So
it's my housemate.
Hello.
It's all right. It's fine.
Love it. So Yeah, it's a thing, isn't it? You know, simplicity often.
Yeah, definitely.
And with music and video and everything, really.
Yeah, I really love I really loved writing for that. It felt really because I know the background of what Colette wrote it about and stuff. It just felt like writing it felt emotionally charged.
Yeah.
As opposed to when you're just given a project and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'll write some crazy synth stuff for this or whatever.
Yeah.
It just really felt, I just really enjoyed writing for that piece. Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Not that I don't enjoy other stuff, but
do you think there's going to be more stuff like that with her?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd always love to do that. That's like a thing that's incredibly inspiring, I think.
Yeah.
That was really inspiring to write.
There's an interesting thing along those lines that's been organised by the BBC, a kind of competition kind of thing for sound. It's more for sound design, I think, than for music, but it's completely open, you know. And they've got basically you download some samples of some poetry being read, and you basically do some sound design around it. And they choose, and it's running right now. It's pretty. It's a pretty good opportunity for.
Might give that a go.
Someone. Yeah, have a look at it.
Even when just the YouTube started, it was like, wow, this is something we really needed. This was so I think it's the exact same for sound designers and those who love it, really love it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I hope that it will grow as well, you know, to the same extent, really. I mean, there's no reason why not, why it shouldn't grow to the same extent as the composer section, if you like. And we're also thinking about doing these in an audio-only version as well as a kind of podcast, I think.
Yeah, a podcast would be awesome.
I think podcasts, I think, are more popular than I really realized. And I think,
oh mate, I love a podcast.
You love a good podcast.
I think because I listen to so much music generally, like when I'm writing or whatever, I think just like shutting away from that and just listening to a podcast instead, it just really helps.
It's funny, you know, because like when you're not into something yourself, like I've never got really into podcasts so far, you assume that they're just not really popular, but it seems like they are quite popular.
Oh mate, I love a podcast. Love a podcast. You should check out the Adam Buxton podcast. He's a comedian. He gets comedians on and stuff. And cool. My friend turned me on to David Tennant does a podcast with ... and he's got like Tim Minchin and like Russell Brand I listen to as well, and Elizabeth Day, How to Fail. I'll send you all this stuff.
Yeah, please. Yeah. I don't know how much of this we can harvest.
I know, but
maybe the part about the dogs would be good.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good bit.
All right, cheers, man. Have a good day.
Cheers, man.
And,
you too.
See you next week, hopefully.
See you soon.
All right, cheers. Bye-bye.